Okay, so we're talking about what common operations that we can perform. So in list, we can do it like this. So first of all, we have already discussed that how to create a list. It will create this list, and then we can also create a list using the list method by passing iterable object, which is a string here. So it will create a separate element in a list with separate character. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 here is a string. So 1 being the first character, 2 being the second, and so on and so forth. So we need to access an element, as we have just discussed, that we just specify the index value. This one, getting a new list containing some of another list element. So this is what we generally refer as slicing. We will be talking about it in a while today. So my list, suppose that we have list, and I want to create another list. So here there are only 3 elements. It could have 300 elements. So I can create a sub list or sub container by specifying the range of elements. Okay. So for example here, starting from 1 colon 3. So always remember this. This is important, that the last index that we specify in this representation is always excluded. It is not a part. Okay. When new list is created, this value at this index, the value at this index will not be included in your list. Okay. So 0, 1, 2, and 3 will of course not be a part of it because 3 we have used. So it will create a new list starting from 1 and 2. Okay, so which means that it will create a new list of elements 2 and 3. Make sense? Again, we will be discussing it in a while in detail. So for the time being, you can just know that we can, instead of picking only one element, we can create a group of elements from the existing container. Okay, just like you have like a U-Haul box and you have like a stack of plates, so you can pick the first stack of plate containing maybe 3 plates or 5 plates, whatever. Okay, so this is how we can do that. When we use an addition operator on two lists, both of the lists are concatenated together. So for example, here 1 comma 2 plus this is another list containing only one element. So when you perform an addition, so this 3 will be appended into this list. Okay. All right, and we have also talked about already last time how do we update the element in a list. So you just access the element, so for example with their index value, and assign it a new value. So here, which value do you think will be updated? 3, because 0, 1, and 2. So 2, the value at index number 2 will be updated with a 9. Okay. This particular table may help you prepare for your exam also, so you can try out with the different examples and see what should be an output. Similarly here, this is again a slice notation. We are using the colon as same as I gave an example before here. The colon, whenever you see a colon in the indexes, you see, you know that it is, we are talking about the slicing. So here, we have a list. What we are trying to do, you see it is important. So what is happening here in the first part before colon? Can anyone read this? I mean, read means like, does it make sense? Yeah.
It's a length function.
So we are running a length function over what? My underscore list, which is defined up here. Okay. So what is the length here? 3. So which means that we are trying to start from index number 3 colon, and we are not specifying anything. When we do not specify anything, it means all the way until the end. Okay, it's open until the end. So starting from 3, we are trying to integrate this new list. Currently it contains only one element. It may contain 100 elements also. So what we are trying to say is append or insert this entire list from in this location. So starting from 3, which means 0, 1, 2, so it will start from 3 all the way until the end. So it will add only one element at the end of the list. Okay? So you may expect to have similar kind of questions in exam. Logical questions, these are logical questions. You should be able to identify where will this 9 be inserted in the list. So you should read what does it mean by len, mylist, what will it return, everything will be in front of you. So you just need to read and make sense out of it. Okay? There is another method called delete. It's not a method, it's actually a Python statement. So suppose that you perform multiple operations here. This is my list, and del my underscore list 1 means that we are going to remove the element at index number 1. So when I do that, it will remove what element do you think it will remove? 2. 2 will be removed. Okay? And here we can also use del a statement to remove multiple elements. Like instead of only removing one, we can remove like a group of elements starting from 1 colon 4. 4 is always excluded. Whatever you specify here after colon, it is not included in this selection. So it will start reading from 1, whatever the index value 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So for example, after executing this first operation, what will your list contain? 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, 2 will be removed. And when you perform the second operation on the updated list, what do you think will be an output? So the updated list may be after operating so after performing the first operation, my list would become 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay? Now we are performing the second operation now. So what will be an output? What will the state of my list become? It is telling us, this instruction is telling us to start removing from the value at index number 1. Okay? So index number 1 means what value starting removing from? 3. And then 2 and then 3 also. The 4 is excluded. Whatever you specify after colon will not be a part of your selection. Okay? So which means that these 3 values will be removed and the updated value, updated list of my underscore list becomes this. Okay? Yeah. I cannot hear you properly. First of all, you need to be a bit louder. Are you asking about this?
Yeah, I'm asking about that.
So 1 colon 4 means like starting from 1 until this, from starting from index number 1 and between index number 4, remove all the elements. This is what it says.
Does that include like what's at the other side of the column?
Does that include what?
Like what the number at the other side of the column? Like
After the colon, no. It does not include the last value that you specify after colon. It is universal throughout Python. Wherever you see colon, this kind of thing, this part is always excluded. Okay, so it will start from reading from 1, 2, and 3. Okay, if I would have specified 10 here, so it will read 1 through 9. Okay. Any other question? So again, whatever we are discussing, you can easily create questions out of this discussion yourself, and you may prepare yourself better for your exams. You can easily identify that these could be very good questions in your multiple choice exams. Okay. We also have talked about append method. So append method, we have discussed this. You don't need to worry about it. There is also an extend method. Add all items in X to the list, the existing list. So my underscore list 5, 8 is the original list, and I'm trying to extend it with new set of elements 4, 12. So for example, if I have a list of one CAC 1010 section, list of students of all, all students in this section, and I want to merge this database with another section. So instead of creating another list, what I can do is I can just take the another list and extend the existing one. How is it going to be helpful? If you perform an addition operator, you see here, this one. This is also essentially doing the same thing. It is also merging two lists together, but it is generating a new list. Okay, so the original list and the list that you are trying to merge it with remains intact. I mean, it doesn't change. It just creates a new list. And it may or may not be memory efficient depending on what application you're using. Because if it is creating, if for example here, if you have, let's say, 1,000 elements here, right? And let's say another 1,000 elements here. So this 1,000 plus 1,000 are already in memory, okay? And it creates another list of 2,000 elements. So another space is occupied of 2,000 elements. However, in this case, extend, it actually merges 1,000 plus 1,000, so there is only 2,000 elements in the memory. That is why the other operation may not be memory efficient. List insert, we have already discussed this. We can insert an element at a specific location. We also have talked about remove, pop, and popeye methods, so I will just go and skip them out. But these are there in the slide, so you can seek help from it. List.sort method, it actually sort all the elements in an ascending order, and it's a very useful function. Sometimes, like, you might have already experienced using Microsoft Excel. Okay, so you select the column, and there is a method called sorting from A to Z, or from like ascending to descending order. There are multiple ways of doing it. So these are the real world applications of these methods. Similarly, the reverse, whatever you have elements like 14, 5, and 8, you can actually reverse them in the reverse order. Okay? Any questions? Yep.
I just had a question about the sort and reverse. So if it's like, I'm assuming you can only use that on like numbered lists, because how would that work on like if you had a list of
Strings, alphabets? Yeah, so in computer, everything is represented in the form of numbers. Okay, so even when you type in A has a numerical value assigned to it, which is a standard, which we call as ASCII code, American Standard of Information Interchange, something like that. I don't remember exactly the acronym, but it is standardized that A means value 65, for example. B means value 66. Uppercase A means value something else, and lowercase a has a different value. So it actually categorized according to their value. Okay, and we will discuss that when we will be discussing strings in detail.